või siis teeme selle ka klassikaliselt. Teeme ühe pildi veel.
Minul on sokid, näe. Hello, it is Sandra and Henrik back in the podcast studio, and today we're speaking about AI because it is everywhere, and whether we notice it or not, it affects our daily life. And what do you think, Henrik? How big topic it is?
It's something which pops up pretty much in every conversation. So people ask about it, make remarks on it, sometimes positive, sometimes negative.
Friends, team members, parents, kids, everyone.
Business partners, customers, and then like you feel that you should have kind of opinion on this topic, but to formulate this opinion, it takes bit of a time, so we came here to formulate it properly, not to explain and tell each individual we talk with, starting from kid to grandparents, what is it's about. So that's why we are here, not to explain one by one, but to talk about it. What do we actually do with AI
and
in our
today
life?
We will focus on the real examples. So various use cases where AI helps us daily, how it makes life easier, more efficient. And there are two podcast series. One is focused on AI within our daily life, and the second one, AI at work and in business. So let's start with a more fun one. So how we do use AI in our daily life. So last weekend, we designed our outdoor kitchen using AI. So could you explain how we did it?
So first, when you have a vision, then you kind of know that you want to do a grill, like with a gas, and then you want to do something, smoke some meat or fish, and then you kind of explain verbally, like talk with the AI friend from Sam Altman, ChatGPT, telling him like, hey, I have this vision, I want to build a kitchen, it has that much space what I have available, which is not much.
And
what
we
should
did
I
a
do?
photo of our garden and uploaded to ChatGPT app, and then this is where it starts from. We have some vision, what we want to do, and we have a land plot. So the photo was there, and we needed to end up with step-by-step clear instructions how to construct this type of summer kitchen.
And the budget and the timeline,
Materials.
And what instructions to give to the builders, how to choose the builders, what to buy from the store which is selling the construction things. So all that built by AI. So we ended up having a game plan, material plan, budget, and everything what you need.
Let's be honest, how good were the design photos that AI generated?
It looked very good. When we finally end up actually building the thing, then we can compare how close they
reality
were. Yeah, but it was fun to see that you kind of within a minute you can construct your vision to something which you can see and basically assess, is it actually something what you want? And that kind of transparency between your vision, what you imagine, and what is actually, if somebody paints you for this and tells you what it actually costs, and then it kind of helps you to understand what does your vision actually mean. That's the feedback loop, what is very, very good. And then like, hey, what can we do to make the budget smaller? What can we do to make certain elements different, etc. So it's a beautiful tool.
So if you want to start redesigning your terrace, some of the rooms, indoors, outdoors, so this is the way to go. Just take ChatGPT app, upload the photo and explain your vision and start this ping pong with AI. Or you can just literally ask AI to generate a bunch of questions that you have to start finding answers for in order to address this renovation project, for example. So if you don't know exactly what are the steps or materials or how to approach this, so it's like interior designer.
Yeah, and I would say it's most helpful for the topics where I personally have zero experience. So I don't know how to approach it. So basically you start asking like, hey, ChatGPT, if I would like to construct something like that, how would it look? What should I do? What are the steps? What questions I should ask from myself or you? Like, tell me. And that is very useful way of interacting with the AI, not only in that subject, but in general.
Let's take the next subject. We're using AI to plan our weekly menu and the shopping list. So we're having 3 kids, and before we did a podcast how to balance the life of parents, couple, and 2 startup founders. So this is also one of the tricks that you can say to AI, and I'm using voice a lot for the context. Just open up and say that, hey, we have 2 adults, 3 kids, ages this, and that. We are mostly eating healthy food. Help me to generate the menu that could feed the family. Help me to generate the shopping list with the right quantities. And so we don't waste food, and we prepare what the kids and the family members like. And so by today, we already have a set of menu for more regular meals. For if we have some guests coming, then what it should be on the table. So extremely easy and helpful to at least I feel that it wastes a lot of time and energy if I have no clue what should be served this dinner or tomorrow lunch for my family for the weekend. And so this is where AI is also extremely easy to work with.
In the perfect world, I would like to generate the shopping list directly to e-commerce like store, which would deliver the things what the AI thought I should eat this week.
Last time I was editing the shopping list because AI doesn't know what we have in the fridge or in our garage. So there are carrots, there are onions, so leave them out. And but still, it takes just a fraction of time if you want to have your time spent in the most efficient way. And one of the topics probably relevant to the people who have kids, and our oldest kids is in the 5th grade, and math homework is just one topic that is driving us crazy. Sometimes, not always, depends on the subject. And so if someone feels the pain, then what we're doing is again, ChatGPT app. We're both using the paid version, $20 per month, right? And I do a photo of the homework that our kids completed, and ask ChatGPT to correct or to say if this is done right. If there are mistakes, then to explain in a very simple way what is done wrong, so she could understand it. But sometimes there are cases where the kids, neither do we understand the exercise itself. So what should be done? In this case, you just make a photo of the exercise or the text and say, I don't understand it. Help me to just understand what we have to do. And then it guides you through, not just gives you an answer, but it guides you or explains in a more simplified way what should be done. And this is the way how math could be done better, and it's more fun for kids as well. In case your kid has a smartphone and has the ChatGPT app, this is where you have to be careful with, because I know that sometimes Gloria just uses the same features and gets her homework done using ChatGPT. And but it's already the problem of not ours, but probably the problem of educational system, because kids with internet can just make AI do their homeworks.
I gave access to Gloria to ChatGPT, I think something like a year ago, when I teached her that, hey, like that's how you formulate the question. Like, what Donald Trump ate for breakfast yesterday? Like, give it a wild guess. So whatever is interesting to you, so please give it this question and you will get the answer for it, which is like pretty good. And and she kind of connected with it, and it feels to me that even I see that she's not very good at prompt engineering yet at the moment, so meaning sometimes she comes out with the answers which are not very good, and we talk about it.
Adults are not that good either.
But yes, I would say that encouraging kids to actually use this tool, it's definitely the right thing to do.
Absolutely, especially if they use it to make sure if they got it right, or if they use it to understand the exercise better. Because if they don't understand what they have to do, their motivation is pretty low anyway. So why and how should I solve it? So perhaps they give up too early. But with our two youngest ones, sometimes I just let AI, ChatGPT, explain why too many sweets or too many cartoons are not good for your health, and explain it in a very fun and engaging way for a 5-year-old. So the same works with the math. Explain me how, in a better way. I want to make this exercise, but I want it to be fun and cool. So help me out, or just give me some examples that are more similar to some real life cases, that this type of formula or this type of subject covers.
Give me my purpose for my like exercise, like give me the context of why I should care about this equitation. And I would say that this is like specifically for the kids who are this age 10 plus, it is very important.
Yeah, I think so. I think the same. Then one of the examples is just fixing unexpected problems.
I just want to tell about the story. So in Estonia, underground, there are living animals who are like putting up those
hills,
more hills. So basically they are ruining your garden if you have one, and they are doing it very sneaky way. And
those animals are moles.
Yes. And then there are kind of unexpected ways you can use AI. And for me, it was unexpected. So I went to construction store and I asked there, like, hey, what can you help us with? So basically, like, give me something to catch those guys, because it's too many of them in our home and we are not fitting well together. So they gave me some traps. And then I reached back home and I understood, like, I had no idea how to use them, like what to do with them, how to place them, what to put as a bite there, etc. So you make a photo with AI, like ChatGPT, upload, ask like how to use the damn thing, and I got the perfect instructions, and it is expected to work. No results yet, but I would say that it's amazing how you can get your problem solved in the random moment, specifically when you are seeking for competence which you don't have.
So any piece of metal or any type of device that you're purchasing, it's already...
Or you're
having, yeah. It's so easy just to type in the series or model or make a photo of it and ask, like, how should I be using it?
What's the best way? Share the best practices. Like, give me the repair instructions, like pretty much anything like that.
Not sure if you can fix the TV or or some gadgets
No,
yourself.
you can ask, like, give me a best guess, like, how to do it. Because there are damn good guesses what are coming out of this computer.
Yeah, and probably you're not the first human on Earth, for example, who has the problem that TV doesn't have voice or the picture or anything. Just describe it and at least give it a chance. That's what I would do as a first guess. Before calling technician, I would go to ChatGPT and ask for how to solve a problem. So if a laptop charger is not functioning, then ChatGPT.
Any unexpected in life is kind of like first question to this, because it might save you huge amount of time of like finding the specialist, and then like simple things you can maybe figure out and fix yourself.
Restart.
Yeah, restart.
Always helps. Some things are really easy, and well, perhaps some people would say, I would do a restart without AI telling me to do it. And this is where we reach the topic that so many people are still skeptical about using AI, or perhaps have some negative experiences as well. So this is where still we feel this tone of skepticism when talking to friends and family members.
I must add that I have felt this skepticism mostly from the people who are extremely high-skilled specialists on their own topics, like very high level in terms of like technically, like specialists, the ones who really know their domain inside out. And I would like to think about myself also as a person who kind of knows my own domain quite well, because I've been there on 2 decades plus, so it's kind of you learn things as a practitioner when you do it. And I think that there is some kind of reason why those people are skeptical, and I think it is because when they go very specific and they are not using the level of the prompt what you could possibly use, because the machine is not perfect, you need to really give a very well designed question to actually get a very well good answer, and sometimes the answer is also wrong. So and basically it's built like skepticism. So meaning I know the right answer and this machine is wrong. So this is something which is happening.
And sometimes people will give up on AI just because they got a few wrong answers. But, well, AI was trained on human data. There's a lot of data where we humans are wrong about. So I would say that still most of the outcome when the input is more or less making sense, because if you ask for a stupid question, you will get a stupid answer, most probably. But 90% of what I get as an outcome makes perfectly sense. Sometimes it's 10%, sometimes it's 1% that needs fixing, or that needs more guidance, or that needs extra input from my side. But more or less, it makes a perfect sense, and sometimes it's surprisingly great. Recently, you had to send an opinion about landmills that they're
I just want
windmills.
I want to tell about it. I'm from the small island of Hiiumaa, and a lot of smart people have figured out that they should build windmills in Hiiumaa. I oppose. Maybe I'm not smart enough to understand how does it make the island greater place, but I'm opposing it. And there was some due date for this when this official opinion, like what local people think about it, should send it in. So basically I found the specialist 15 minutes before the due date, which was due time actually, not due date, due time. And they had like a really specific, put together like a specific explanations why it's not good idea to have those windmills like 300 meters high next to my home. And they basically took this text. I told to OpenAI that I think the same, but make it wording little bit more like my style, not this one, which was like very scientific. And I managed to send it out with a digitally signed by 12 o'clock night as it was due date, and I did it from bed because I kind of saw it last minute. So that gives you the kind of idea what you can do with those tools if you know what you want to do. Because if you don't know what you want to do, nobody can help you. But if you know what you want to do, or you are at least curious enough to ask from this tool, like how I can improve, how I can even if those very, very high level specialists can even them ask about their own industry specific problems and give me some ideas. Don't get the expectations that this is perfect. It's not meant to be perfect. It's like aggregated intelligence into one model, which is like damn good, but it also makes mistakes. But if you treat it as somebody like human, who is also like, you are not gonna take everything what everybody say as a gold. Like, no, you shouldn't trust everybody like 100% that. So if you treat the AI model like that way, then it actually makes your own results surprisingly much better. What you can think, or your thinking process, your professional skills, like everything. So I'm very optimistic about it.
Yes, me too. And probably I would even trust AI more than most of humans. So depending on who I'm talking to, if you think of an average lawyer, how much of practice this person has, how much of practice AI could search for and compare and give you some more background compared to one person. So probably, yes, if you're a top level lawyer, then I would ask AI for at least for a second opinion, or at least look for cases, or give some other additional opinions, explanations, and search for other practices. And we are reaching the point where you can challenge any expert in the industry just by asking AI. Right?
Yes, you can ask the questions, and like it's a very simple prompt. Tell me, ChatGPT, what 10 questions I should ask from the developer I'm about to hire, or the lawyer I'm about to use, or the coffee shop I'm about to order my coffee. So let me know. And those questions, if you are curious enough to actually formulate your thought that, hey, what should I know about it first? This is the golden thing, because like people tend to be in this kind of mode that they know, they understand, they are competent, they are not making mistakes. I'm not talking about myself. I feel the same. I'm acting the same way. My mistakes. But if you actually like take a step back, like, hey, what should I actually know? And you have courage enough to ask it from ChatGPT, you will learn so much. So much about like the business, life, homeworks, coffee, etc. And if you are that kind of person who is willing to learn, you can, like, the generation coming after us becomes so much stronger than we currently are.
So I would wrap this up. If you're still using Google to search for anything, just replace it with ChatGPT. Recently, you have been searching for relaxing vacation spots near Estonia. So a few years ago, we would just Google it and start looking and deciding and judging based on some titles and intros. Which link are you going to open? How much are you going to scroll it? Do you like the photos? Do you like the subtitles? And then maybe you will got your attention stopped at some spots. But for anything, correct me if you think differently, but for anything literally, I would use ChatGPT instead of Google.
In Estonia, mythology, there was that kind of creature in the few hundred years ago used. It was called kratt. Kratt was somebody who was built by the like old farm people, and when they built kratt, this was somebody who did exactly what you said and brought the wealth to your home. And the only trick with this was that you need to be very specific what you want. And I think that this is kind of the thing with the AI. So meaning if you want to do this vacation near Estonia, which wouldn't be expensive and would be nearby and would be like, if I'm that kind of person who likes Latvian beer and who likes certain type of sausages and I don't like to drive a car, so where should I go?
Plus there should be a kid playground
exactly.
Just near this place where I can have my sausage and beer.
And if you formulate this prompt that way, you actually get a really satisfying answer. So in that sense, it's a little bit like quite old Estonian myths.
And for me, the easiest way is to use a voice feature. So on the mobile app, when I open ChatGPT, this is where I'm still amazed. You're sometimes typing. I never type. I always just click on the voice and I start explaining. And this is all the context that I can give. So sometimes this is a few minutes long. So what kind of activities we prefer during the vacation time, what should be around, or if you're planning a holiday, what's the budget, what's the amount of hours we're willing to drive, or can we reach by train to some point and then rent a car and then go somewhere else, what should be else nearby, what kind of restaurants. So just name it and you can give all the context to the AI, and then it takes all your input and starts searching for it. This is what wasn't even possible back then, so a few years ago.
I must say that the thing with it is that you become slave of your habits. So I have become slave of typing in that sense, because I now have learned that voice has actually like ability to give more content to this robot than you can do in typing. So I'm kind of getting out of my old habits and using voice more. But what was for me eye-opening was actually video. And we tried it. Like you can use ChatGPT, OpenAI with a video. So meaning...
I'm lost here. This is the street view.
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, like, hey, pretty much anything you can imagine.
Yeah, that's incredible. I think people should test more both voice and video.
Tomorrow, instead of using voice, you use video, and he's gonna, Sandra, you look so, like, you look so good.
Or tired.
I'm helping you answer this question even a different way based on how you look at it, not only like what you say about it.
Yes, and it's much more than text. So, and it's nothing to feel concerned about. It's just you and AI. So I would encourage people to, because I know that voice and video formats sometimes are a bit too personal. People are scared to use those. But for asking AI, and if you're giving more context information while making any type of request, then usually voice can give just so much more.
And you can talk in Estonian, Polish,
any
Swedish, whatever is comfortable for you. And even if your language is not perfect, whatever language you speak, it will adapt and it will prompt you, like show what I understood that you said, and then you can basically translate it to action.
Yeah, we have a few questions. How do we know when AI is confidently wrong? So whatever you have asked for, how to validate?
This is my personal trick. I'm always asking AI to bring out the source information, source data. So basically, if I ask the population of China, like I would need also ChatGPT to find me the data sources where he found the latest numbers. So I'm always using that trick.
If you hesitate, you can also ask for 3 more sources, different sources. Because there might be, depending on the request, depending on the question. So sometimes those sources are so.
Correct. And I would say that you can also like think about ChatGPT not the source of truth as such, but you can ask like, give me the best estimate, give me the expected calculation, because often it's not about the AI not willing to answer you. It's about him having access to the data. So nobody actually has access to this data, what you ask about. And that happens quite often. So basically, give me your best guess and give me the rationale. How do you reach to this calculation or number of China's population, for example?
So always ask for source if
Yes,
you plan to use it.
And rationale, how did you do the calculation? Because if it's not direct source, but basically base of the calculation, you can just like ask like, how can I check that your answer is correct? You can also ask from the same ChatGPT, and he's going to help you to check the outcome.
Yeah. How do we introduce AI skills to our kids, friends, or family members?
I gave access to Gloria, to ChatGPT, and I tried to help her to ask first interesting questions, what could be interesting to her. And as much as I understand, she has become like user of ChatGPT quite regular, and she's 11. So I would say that helping children to understand where can they find any answer at any point, not like they can ask from us too, but
You remember recently we also showed your mother how ChatGPT works. She is a journalist and she was writing a story, and we were visiting parents, and as always she was busy at work, and we just wanted to show how to use ChatGPT to create a story. And I'm not sure we have to follow up, but as ChatGPT did the story quite well, then probably she was just scared of it. And I'm not sure if she's afraid that she will be unemployed soon, or how soon it happens. But this is the way where it can be shocking at some point, but at the same time, it's just inevitable. So if you're having some decades ahead of the career, then I think that's making introduction to AI as soon as possible is just a must do.
And for the ones who scare AI, for the ones who think that, hey, this machine can actually do this sentence with the better wording than I can, that is true. Like, this tool can do better sentence that I can do. Who become aware, like afraid of it. On the way here, I was thinking what to say about it. And then I thought about that humans have this tendency of find a purpose and mission to do something. For example, my mother in this example, she had a vision about the article or the story what she wants to write. Yes, ChatGPT can save her time by writing it instead of like hours, but in few minutes. But the idea to write the article was still there by my mother, not nobody else who actually like knew the circumstances and wanted to formulate it. Or it's the same, like even if I ask ChatGPT to formulate the business plan, it's my business plan, I want to formulate it. So basically the vision and the plan and the idea comes from the human being. So in that sense, I would say that it's the same situation what we had with machines. Like first you had like a manually producing something, and now you had a production line who can do it within a minute.
Or calculators. So
exactly.
We're not forgetting math, but we're using it to speed up our daily work.
Or basically we can just achieve
so much more. Or solve just so much bigger problems.
Yes.
And it's still something that humans do.
So if you have, basically you need to have a purpose and vision, and this is just like a accelerator of whatever you want to do. It remembers me this thought what I had, like if you are a person 100 years ago who don't plan to travel anywhere, inventing cars doesn't change your life at all because you have no intention to travel anywhere. You are not going from A to B because you are in the point A and you are fine there. But there are many people for whom it's actually important to go from A to B. And for them, the horses or the car makes the whole difference. And I would say the same goes to AI. So if you are that kind of person who have nothing much to do or willingness to kind of take initiative and kind of realize your vision, AI is there not going to change your life, basically. That's
absolutely. And it's not something to do with a futuristic concept. This is something that we try to explain today, how we use on a daily basis, every single day. I'm not sure that there are many days where we don't ask AI for any help.
I would say that there are not many hours on the day when we don't do it.
At work, for sure, yes.
And what is also important is that the quality of the outcome has become gradually better every day. So meaning the question I got not very good answer yesterday, I might already get quite good answer today. So I would say that the worst thing to do is to give up on AI because you got like 2 + 2 wasn't actually 4. So this was something what happened on the first days of...
Yeah, it can still happen for very simple questions where AI gives you a wrong answer. So just learn how to validate it and try it, keep trying, experimenting, and find out your ways how to make your life so much better.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for listening, and if you found something valuable from this podcast, you can share it and drop us more questions so we can record the next ones.
Thank you.